Everyone has their own way of doing things, and the moment those ways are different, you are wrong. So who's right? I'm sure this is what they would have wanted me to do when they know they are on their deathbed.
When you die, what's your wish? Do you wish to be cremated or do you wish to be buried?
You're saying that you do not have the option to donate your body to science.
Does any of your family members know that what you are right now?
I think all of us actually just crave freedom. Some of my ex-Muslim people got worried. They were like, these guys could be the one. You guys could be. It's just a sacrifice that I have to make. Do I stay here, sacrifice that one thing that always has been bothering me at the back of my head, or move out to another country and lose all these other benefits that I love about Malaysia, right?
C is for cookie. That's good enough for me.
You're still tuning into Cookie Mars.
Hey guys. Hi guys.
How you swallow that kind of things? Like, you know,
I was stop.
shut up.
I was going with the suck on it. No. I'm as straight as the light. Let's sing it, bro. Sayonara.
Welcome back to a brand new day. This is Cookie Marks once again, and we are here at part 3. And so for what we understand, the both of us, what we understand so far, the ex-Muslim brother here, so the reason why he no longer wants to be part of the religion is mostly based on factual science.
Yeah.
Am I right to say? Anything else that you want to add?
Well, honestly,
Like on why you choose not to continue the faith?
The stringent, strict rules.
yeah, disagree on opinions, honestly. Like, it feels like in this religion, it just feels like everyone has their own way of doing things, and the moment those ways are different, you are wrong. So who's right? Yeah, so that was the other thing. It feels like there was no coexisting. There will always be I'm right, you're wrong. And if you're wrong, if your way is not the same one as mine, unfortunately you're wrong, I'm right. Because I believe in my way and I don't believe in your way. Yeah, so it's that. It's definitely the science thing as well. And honestly, yeah, I think just those two. And moral and ethics, because there are certain things that I don't agree about, Islam's way of living. But yeah, those are the 3 things I would say.
You are actually in a so-called Islamic country like Malaysia, right? So how you actually navigate like certain basic things lah, like because you come from a Muslim family. So for example, a family member pass on, like we know we have the prayers, solat jenazah, pray for the dead.
Yep.
So how do you actually just go through the motion or do you siam?
So
What do you do?
The way I deal with that is I try to view it as a cultural thing.
Okay.
Yeah, because as much as I don't like my religion, I still believe that the people who are, who have deceased, they all still deserve what they believe in, even though in my eyes that thing might be wrong. So I don't sham. I actually go pay my respects, and usually when I pray, I don't really like say the dua or whatever. I kind of just think what this person has done for me, what could I have done better to pass on to the next of kin or something.
Alright.
Yeah, I definitely just view it as a cultural thing, because even though all the customs and all the things that we do for the deceased are something I don't necessarily believe in, I still believe that I should show up, because that's how you show that you care, by
Nice.
showing up. You can't fake careness by not showing up, right? Like I had this thing where like the people that truly care for you, let's say when you enter hospital and you are warded, right? The people that truly care for you are the ones that show up.
Right.
And I view the same way for death ceremonies as well. So yeah, that's how I see it.
I mean,
I still go.
that is a very big part in every culture or
Yeah.
religion and stuff lah. So my question to you would be like, okay, you were born as a Muslim and then you go through the motion. You would have attended countless of funerals and stuff. So when you are practicing Muslim or try to be a practicing Muslim, you will ask for the dua, the prayers, you'll say the words and all those things, right? So now after leaving the religion and then you have to attend a Muslim funeral and you're there, okay, you see death is the final stage of everyone's life. No matter how many funerals you go to or whoever's funeral you go to, you will never be able to come out of the fact that this is how I'm going to end up one day. And every person who goes to a funeral they would feel a sense of fear. Okay, do you have that fear, or do you feel guilty not saying out the prayers, or do you feel like guilt, or do you feel fear that shit, I'm here, there are people praying around me, and I'm not saying anything, so if I die, will I be punished because I never like do the proper prayers, I never say the proper words, or do you feel guilty of not saying it?
So the way
Like just bring us through the motion of the thoughts and feelings and the emotions that you have when you attend a funeral.
So the first thing so when you told me, or when I look at the people around me, right, for them, I just feel like I don't feel guilty for one reason. This is what they believe in. This is what I believe in, right? So I've never really had that situation where like, oh, look at all these people praying around me, right? I've never had that kind of feeling before. And the way I deal with the deceased itself is, the way I see it is just return from whence you came, which is nothingness.
Right.
Because ultimately, that's what I believe in. There is nothing once you die. It's just black. The same way how sometimes, right, when we read history books, you see, oh, in 15 something something, this happened, right? During that time, it was just black for us. Actually, it probably wasn't even black. It was just, we didn't even know what black was. That's the state that we will be returning to. So yeah, that's how I view it. And when I was a kid, yeah, sometimes, not when I was a kid, when I was starting to doubt, I did have that, like, oh wow, look at everyone around me is praying, right? But I think now I'm in a phase of life where I'm just like, I'm mostly doing it for culture. And basically, if, like, for example, right, this person that died, I'm sure this is what they would have wanted me to do when they know they are on their deathbed. So I'm doing it out of respect of the deceased. So like, for example, let's say if my a close relative of mine who's really religious, right? Yeah, I'm sure he would have wanted me to be there praying for him. Yeah. So I do it out of the respect of deceased. Even though they're dead, their memories live on with me. So yeah.
That means this would dive more into the concept of your love and respect for the person as an individual rather than them as an individual of the religion.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why I'll always show up no matter what, because I view them as a person that is missing from my life. Less of, I'm going there because I'm trying to pray for him so he gets to heaven faster. Yeah, as a person of me who doesn't really believe in that.
That's a way that I have never thought of when I attended a funeral. Maybe because I would call myself a practicing Muslim to the best of my abilities. Okay? But there are times where you falter in whatever obligations that you have to the religion. So for me, going to a funeral, okay, I try my best to avoid funerals because of some other personal reasons. But then again, there are some funerals that you have no choice but to attend to, depending on the relationship you have with the person. So for me, it's like I'm going there to pray for the person. Yes, I love the person. That one, all respect, whatever, is all there. I'm going there. The main intention in my mind will be I'm going there to pray for the person so that they will attend the highest level of Jannah, that kind of thing. Never ever in my life have I ever thought of how. Yeah, so it's something new for me that people actually do things.
But you never attend other religions' funeral before?
I have that one. I have.
Then when what do you do? Do you still think about that, or do you still think of that person?
Okay, when I do, I think about the person. The person, but at the same time, like you go, for example, you go to a certain Buddhist funeral or certain Hindu funeral. There are certain things they will ask you to do or what. But mainly because, like, for example, a few of my close Hindu friends moved on to the next stage of life or death. I don't know what I want to call it. So when I go there, they will ask me to do certain religious practices, mainly because I'm very close to like bestie kind of thing. So they'll ask me to do the kind of rites that someone that the brother is supposed to do or that kind of thing. So they ask me. So
you got the honor somehow.
Yeah, yes. So I do go with the motion, but of course I do it in a way where I am asking for the door for the person in my heart in the way that I know. So I don't know whether anybody will flag me for saying this go other people funeral.
The flag is as red as your head.
Yes.
Speaking about deaths, right? I'm sure our viewers want to know. You are a Malaysian residing in Malaysia. So when you die, my first question to you is, what's your wish? Do you wish to be cremated or do you wish to be buried? And my second one is like, how are you gonna navigate this in an Islamic country?
Okay. I'm gonna answer the second question first.
Alright.
You don't. You. That's the thing about being a Muslim in Malaysia, right? Options are a luxury. Most people don't get to have that kind of luxury. For a person like me who doesn't really believe in any of this, I will probably be forced to get a Muslim burial, which I guess I'm not against, but now I'm going to answer your first question, because when I die, what I really want is to donate my body to science. Use my genetics, use my limbs, use my whatever you need to gain more information for the future generation, because that's how I want to pass on my legacy, right? My legacy is with the people I know, but I also want to like be helpful to the people that I don't know, you know, that might need whatever information they can get from my body. Like the word for it is called a cadaver.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not really an option in Malaysia, so I'd probably have to die outside of Malaysia if I wanted that to happen. But
So-
I think I'm just gonna be buried like all the other Muslims, despite being an ex-Muslim.
So sorry, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not sure whether I understood what you just said correctly. You're saying that you do not have the option to donate your body to science.
I don't think so, because there will be two hurdles. The first hurdle is Jakim.
Sorry?
Jakim.
They are,
It is a
they are
Islamic
Muis.
body.
Oh,
Think
okay,
of it
okay.
like
Muis.
yeah, that one.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
So no, the other one.
Mendaki?
Yes, that one. Yeah, I was mostly thinking of that one. But yes, Muis also is the same.
Okay.
So funny story. I have an Indian friend. He's one of my best friends ever. His uncle died. Okay, and then for some reason, Jakim went to his funeral. Indian funeral.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Jakim said that man right there that is on the deathbed, he converted to Islam X amount of years ago. I don't know.
Apa ni?
I might know the person. I just heard this story about this person
let him
couple
finish
days ago. But yeah, please. Oh, okay. Sorry, I got excited a bit. Okay.
Oh, I thought I was saying something that I shouldn't
No,
be saying.
no.
And then,
Sorry.
so there was nothing the family could do actually, because Jakim, despite I don't know where they are in terms of power dynamic, but they're up there, up to the point where even though that uncle dying is actually someone dear to all of these Indian family members, Jakim has the authority to take that body away from them and give him a Muslim burial.
Did the family not know?
They didn't know.
They didn't know.
The own kids had no idea. The own wife, had no idea. So that's the reason why they were actually very stunned. That I just found out the word. The Jakim came and said that this person actually reverted back to Islam a few years ago. So they were all stunned. So when I was having this conversation with the person who was talking to me about this thing and all, I was like, but okay, at the end of the day, like, you know, it is his family, right?
But Jakim has higher power.
Okay, so that
Which
means no
is
matter
crazy.
what, regardless of what, if he has to be buried as a proper Muslim burial lah.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part lah. And I was just like,
From last I checked, the family did allow that to happen.
No choice.
But
no choice, not allow, because from what I hear from my friend, obviously everyone didn't want it to, but they didn't have a choice in it. That's what I mean when I say choice for Malaysians. Honestly, it just feels like a luxury. Only for religious matters. Most of the time, I do get to choose what I eat, obviously.
Yep.
And I do get to choose what car I drive. But that when I mean by luxury for us, it really is all these minute details that you'll only experience once in your life. Yeah, and even for when I die, I don't think I have a choice. Maybe I can go to Canada or something, go to this Institute of Research or something and be like, hey, when I die, can you take my body from Malaysia and then donate it? I don't know. They'll probably say yes, but I'll probably have to pay like a lot of money, right? Something I don't have. So when I say I don't have a choice, I mean I probably don't have the money to even do it, or at the same time, let's say I die and maybe my siblings are there or something, right? They'll for sure will fight with whoever I paid to take my body and donate it to science, because they feel like they have a say in how I die, which is again kind of funny because I'm the one who went to the science institution and volunteered my dead body for research. Yeah, but
Can I just touch a little bit on that, if you don't mind? So my understanding is that according to Islam hadith or whoever scholar or whatever, okay, just like you, I cannot really put a finger on where this information came from because I always get confused. But yeah, so according to Islam, when you die, right, the moment your ruh, your soul comes out of your body, right, even someone just lightly touching your body, the amount of pain that the person's soul feels is so immense, like akin to a boulder like going over your body, that kind of thing. So I'm not sure whether that is or that could be the reason why we are not allowed to donate our body for science. I'm not sure whether we are able to do so in Singapore. Yeah. See, I don't know whether we are allowed to donate. Muslims are allowed to donate our body for science, but
I mean, assuming it's true, with
assuming
the
it's
whole touch thing.
Yeah. So that could be the reason why we never, because if a touch can cause your soul that much of pain and anguish, what would knives? And there's a reason why a lot of Muslims
are angry with autopsy.
Yeah,
I get.
Yes. I also have a story on that one as well.
Yeah. And even though like sometimes certain cases can be a bit like suspicious, they're like, person is gone, let's not put him through even more torture, and they just leave it as it is lah.
Yep.
Okay, before we go on to your autopsy story, I think we need the audience to we need to let the audience know.
Yes.
I mean, does any of your family members know that what you are right now?
Nope.
Nobody knows.
Nobody
Only your close friends.
I like to think I'm a pretty good actor, but I'm mostly
Method actor.
Method actor.
method actor. I'm mostly thinking it from a
Personal
yeah.
standpoint.
It's just like I just don't want my family to go through any more grief than they already are right now. Yeah. So they already have a lot of problems. I don't want to be adding one more to the list because for the international viewers that are not Malaysian or Singaporean, right? I'm sure they'll be like, that's your choice. You are allowed to do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Not here.
And also I would like to say to you all, different parts of the world, the context, the way things work is different lah. So your opinion is yours, his opinion is his, our opinion is ours.
Yeah.
Back to the autopsy story.
Autopsy.
Yeah. So I had a friend who died of epilepsy in the dorm of some place. I'm not gonna disclose. So it took him for almost 9 to 10 hours for his body to be discovered because he died alone. Yeah. And then his roommate went inside. Then only he found out that the skin was pale blue. And of course he reported it, right? And then now we actually do not know why he died. So when I told you guys that he died of epilepsy, that's a theory, and we'll never know. Why? Because they were denied of autopsy. We the reasoning is because the body has been out for so long. We don't want to delay it anymore. We need to get to the burial part right away. Yeah. So it was less of about when you get touched by a knife, you feel. I don't know if they were aware of that. I wasn't aware of that rule, but I think I've heard of it somewhere. So you were probably right on that. But it's more to do with because when you're not buried, your roh is just wandering around. Your soul is just wandering around. Yeah, and they didn't want that, so they wanted to, be as fast as possible.
So this is what the family wants.
Yes, and I always, I don't know. I obviously have to respect whatever they decide, right? But I've always felt like, I feel like the autopsy is very useful information to prevent for whatever future incidents that same family might have, because these kinds of things are probably genetic.
Genetic, yeah.
Yeah. So whatever this son or daughter has get hit by and caused the death, that could be life-saving information that can save, I don't know, maybe your granddaughter, maybe your daughter, maybe your anyone, right? So That's why people say knowledge is power, and I just feel like that information could have been used, if not for their family, for anyone.
And I'm sorry to say, it could also be foul play.
Yeah, yeah.
And with what you find inside the system, then you can lead to finding where that stuff come from and potentially who did it.
Yes,
It could
exactly.
be.
That's why the
Like
information
many
is very,
options, right?
it's very priceless, because how else are you going to get that information without the autopsy? So yeah, it's always like a gray area, right? Because for me, as a logical thinker, I obviously want that information for whatever reason. Maybe for peace of mind. That should be like a valid reason. If I wanted to know why my child died, I should be allowed to, right? And technically, the Malaysian government does allow it. It's the choice of the parents, right? So yeah, I've always just found it a little bit. It's almost like a shame that they didn't do it because of religious reasons. Whereas I feel like that information could have been useful.
Medical reasons, right?
Yes, because my friend that did pass away, I had dinner the night before that. Yeah. I was the last person he talked to before he died.
He had history of epilepsy.
No, he
That was the first time he got it. He's gone.
Yeah.
So who came to that conclusion? Epilepsy.
Medical coroner or something.
It was basically the doctors decided to make a guesstimate.
Guesstimate.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Because
based
need a
on-
reason of death lah. Basically.
Yeah, just to put something on the paper, basically. Yeah.
But then again, I would assume they would have a reasonable doubt to whether to perform autopsy or not, right? Right? I mean, if there are very clear and concise indicators of that person having epilepsy, like all the indicators all check, that would kind of make it redundant for them to actually go on and
But
do a
this is the
postmortem.
family
Right?
wishes.
Yeah.
To
At the end of the day, that's
not do-
like the final say.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I also heard that the way he died is basically he vomited in his sleep and choked on his own vomit.
Oh.
Yeah. So now the doctors are trying to find out why did he vomit. For all we know, it could be food poisoning. Yeah. But yeah, right. But you would imagine, you would wake up before that happened, right?
Yeah.
So it can't be food poisoning. Otherwise, there would be more people dying of food poisoning in their sleep.
Sleep.
Yeah. But most of the time, when you are food poisoned, you know how the whole scientific way of how the human body vomits? Your mouth starts getting watery.
Yep.
I'm sure you all felt that sensation before. And you know it's like, oh boy, I'm going to vomit. This is not going to be nice. And then you just stand by at the toilet bowl and then you're like,
I mean, your stomach will feel it first, like,
yeah.
basically.
So that kind of watery mouth wakes a person up.
Yeah.
So the fact that he didn't wake up either tells me that he's a really deep sleeper, because I'm a deep sleeper.
But I don't think deep sleepers will sleep until like
that
one is
exactly.
dead sleep already,
Which
not
is
deep sleep.
exactly, this is probably why the doctors thought it was epilepsy. But I didn't even think epilepsy would be that dire. I've always thought it was like a photosensitivity. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, but it's always like, yeah, I always just felt like it was I wish I knew why. Because we ate the same food technically.
Right.
So it can't be the food poisoning, because I was fine the day after. Yeah, but it was, I always miss talking to that guy. But yeah, that was the autopsy story.
Well, so will you be, I don't know, this is you. Will you be still staying put in Malaysia? Or do you actually wish to migrate elsewhere? I mean, being with you and your position and your freedoms and opinions, and also listening to, of course, we were talking about how open things are in Singapore, although it's controlled, it's still open and we still have our own opinions and our options.
People are less judgmental there in a sense, or as I would say. So that's why, like, would you come over next door and set up shop
next
there or
door,
something?
3 hours away.
Yeah, I've always thought about it actually. Because
Really?
at the end of the day, I just want to live my own life, That's the whole thing, right, with the ex-Muslims, is that most of us kind of just want to live our lives the way we want to, but we're not allowed to. So I think all of us actually just crave freedom, which is kind of funny because we're not really oppressed. We're just, I guess we are oppressed.
When you say group of ex-Muslims, are you in like a community where you
We
guys...
don't know any of us.
Right.
The whole point is this, basically.
Right.
Like all of us, we don't know who each other
So
are.
you're like individually, you're like secretive, even though like there are others out there.
Yeah, but we don't know each other because there was a history in 2015 that I was still religious at the time, I think. There was a bunch of Malaysian ex-Muslims that decided to meet up. But the person that organized it is someone from Canada, I think, about reinforcing values of freedom and being able to decide your life for yourself. The government didn't like that, cracked that shit down, and then they basically had to stop doing that.
Damn.
Yeah, and that was just that one. I don't know how many more stories out there are, but I think most ex-Muslims in Malaysia just know that it's not a good idea to meet each other because, for all we know, I could be the guy that's trying to gun them down. Nobody can trust anybody in this community.
You could be the mole.
Yes. Yeah. If
I'd
anything,
rather
actually,
be
that's
the
probably
whale.
why some of my ex-Muslim people got worried. They was like, these guys could be the more. You guys could be trying to.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was just like, nah. That's just. I mean.
No, so the reason why I'm asking is because you probably won't be able to talk about it to anyone because of you want to be anonymous, right?
Yep.
So and like this is probably the first time you're talking about things that you probably haven't talked to people about.
No.
Does that like put a weight on you that you can't share these things?
Actually, one of the reasons why I even agreed to go here is because this is a special kind of therapy that I really been wanting.
Yeah, so that's what I wanted to know. Is this like
Nice.
Yeah.
okay.
Like part of me sharing my stories is just like it's like a lot of weight on my shoulders that I kind of just want to like, I kind of want to share because I don't know. I feel like I could just go to therapy, right? But I don't think I'm in kind of like a mental illness where like I have to go to therapy. I'd rather save that slot for someone else that actually needs it, right? So if anything, I'm just going here because like I kind of want to share my story, and it does feel nice.
Thanks,
being
man.
heard. So thank you for
No worries. As we mentioned, we don't judge.
Yeah,
So,
and I think it even puts a layer of comfort knowing that I'm surrounded by Muslims who are so open-minded because that's so hard to find in this country.
Come next door, a lot of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is exactly why going back to your question, I've always thought about it. I've always wanted to get out of this
and you'll
country.
definitely have a lot of good Muslim friends. Yeah.
Yes.
That's for sure.
Who have heard my story and decided, you know what, that's okay. Yeah, I hope you find Hidayah one day when you're, and I'm like, I hope so too.
Unless your wife's name is Hidayah lah.
Yeah, then I'll be like, who is Hidayah, man?
Hidayah, no, I already married, no more Hidayah.
Yeah, so basically, to answer your question, I've always thought about leaving. It's just that, Singaporean dollar is kind of expensive.
Right.
So I've always wondered,
I mean, if you land a job there, then it should be easy lah.
yeah, right? Yeah.
Or get your company to relocate you.
Yeah. Actually, I did have an attempt at one point.
Unsuccessful.
Unsuccessful, unfortunately. But to be fair, I was a fresh grad at the time, so they probably were like, hey, why are you trying to migrate? You basically know nothing. And I'm like, yeah, you're right, actually. So that was that lah. Yeah. But I've always wanted to like at least retire somewhere outside.
Nice,
If I don't because I truly believe Malaysia is a good country. Like, for example, I just got back from a country where earthquakes happen.
Okay.
So and while I was there, I actually did experience that earthquake, and I was just like, damn, this is the kind of feeling where like if I'm here, I don't have to think about potential warning of earthquakes or tsunamis or typhoons or whatever, right? Because we live in a country where there's just free from all of that.
Right.
So, and then food, obviously the food is so good here that, goddamn, sometimes you fail to appreciate it because you're used to it. You go out of the country, you try the other country's food, and you come back here and I'm like, this place isn't so bad after all. Yeah, and cars, malls, like, honestly, there's more to like than to hate about this country.
Right.
It's just that one thing. So sometimes I ask myself, like, is this just a sacrifice that I have to make, Do I stay here, sacrifice that one thing that always has been bothering me at the back of my head, or move out to another country and lose all these other benefits that I love about Malaysia, right? So it's always like a battle between trying to figure out which grass is greener, which patch of grass is greener. Yeah, so that's that.
Basically, y'all are just looking to be left alone and to have a peace of mind lah.
If you ask any ex-Muslim that's actually stable in their head, yes. Most of us just want to live. We just want to live our life.
Yeah.
We don't want to be forced to do things we don't want to, and we just want to live our lives actually.
I'm learning a lot about the differences between from where we are and from Malaysia. So
Yeah.
it's very eye opening, very
both
eye
good and
opening.
bad. There's differences
Yeah.
and similarities.
And the shocking things that I learned from our friend here. The cannot leave the religion legally, the jakim part, the
I mean,
burial, wow.
although he's saying this, we are not advocating anything.
Yeah.
We're not telling you to do anything
Yes.
also. I mean, it's just
We are just letting,
experiences.
I'm just letting you know that these are all this is all new information. At least to me lah. I'm sure you would know most of what our friend said, but at least to me it's very very new and shocking.
A lot of the ex-Muslims are the ones that are like still living with their parents. Thankfully, I don't live with my parents. Kinda, I still miss them sometimes. But like the one thing that they always try to work towards when they get out of their studies is to live alone. Because when you live with parents, it's much harder to live the life you want to live.
Right.
And that's basically just skipping 5 prayers, skipping puasa during Ramadan times, right? It's just like all of these things, when I hear, it just sounds like a personal thing to me. But it feels like it's not, because everyone's making it a big
It's
deal.
imposed.
Yeah, it's imposed. Yeah. So at the end of the day, we just don't want to be imposed. We just want to live our lives. And I feel like that's too much to ask for.
And with what you're sharing, like, enlighten us and the viewers. How do you get your support? Because it really seems that what you need with what you are sharing is actually support. Where else do you get your support from?
Mental fortitude, I guess. You just gotta, like, when a hard shit comes your way, just be like, you know what? Maybe it isn't so bad after all. Like, the way I deal with it is unironically mental gymnastics, right? I'm like, I got a roof over my head, I got food to eat, I got water to drink, like, I don't have to pee on the side of the road because I have a toilet, right? It's like these little things in your life that you just appreciate, I have a family, I have all of this stuff that just keeps me happy, So, like, it's just, I just gotta remind myself that, okay, I have this one thing that's like making my life hard, and I have all these other 99 things to appreciate about, So yeah, part of it is mental gymnastics. Part of it is just having a circle where you can relate. The way I'd like to deal with it is just either hang out with Chinese people or people that are not Muslim, because that is the only way I get to be my true self,
So am I right to say that people that you associate yourself with that are generally non-Muslims, they are receptive towards you, not going through the motions of the faith? Like, are they even aware that you do not really follow the religion, or
most of them,
is it hidden from them as well?
usually if it comes out, if let's say we are just having a conversation and then the topic comes up, I'll just tell them. Because I noticed, especially when I was working in Singapore, it feels like I unlocked a new level of respect when I told them about it. Because it's like, for example, right? Okay, I was done with work, and then I asked the person I was working for, hey, so you're Singaporean, right? You got any recommendations to eat in Singapore? Because I'm kind of hungry, right? And he said, yeah, I got, but you eat halal? I'm like, lay it out to me, man. I don't eat halal. And he was like, and then he started patting my shoulder, and he was like, whoa, good on you, man. I don't know why he was encouraging me, but I think I know why, lah.
I think we all know why,
right? So he just, like, suddenly he became more friendly with me. And then he was just like, okay, I got 3 places for you. You choose, right? And they're all good. I will join you, but I got a family to go back to. And then I was just like, yeah, thanks, man. And then, I don't know. It just felt nice. And I was just like, wow. I'm sure this guy had, like, his first impression of me was probably, this guy's Malay. He's probably, like, lazy or some shit. And he probably, like, goes to excuse himself to go pray 5 times a day or some shit.
And
Probably
has
not
a
good
lot
worker.
of dietary restrictions.
Yes. So when I just told him, no, I don't really care about that. And he's just like, wow, suddenly his body language starts opening up, He's using more physical touch. He's speaking in a louder tone also. He's trying not, like, I think the reason why he was speaking in a lower tone, maybe because he's just trying not to disrespect me for something. I don't know. Yeah, because I'm not here, I can never read his mind. But yeah, it's always just, honestly, yeah, when you are a Chinese or a non-Muslim, I just straight away start opening up. And I think that's how I maintain my
Because they are more open to and
Yes.
inclusive to what your beliefs are.
Yes, which is basically nothingness. Yeah, and it's also like
And any Malay friends in Singapore that knows about this? No.
yep. I have a lot of Singaporean friends.
Then
because
how they are okay, or
They're okay.
they are okay, but then they slowly try to lead you there, or
there are some like that. There are also some that like just believe whatever you want, as long as you don't hurt
but
anyone.
in general everyone is okay.
Everyone's okay. Yeah. But that's what I mean. It's like it feels like a choice. Like it suddenly doesn't feel like it's being imposed onto me when I share this to a Malay Singaporean. Yeah, but then I don't really have a lot of Malay Singaporean. I can count with one hand the amount of Malay Singaporean friends I have. And then
Now you got 3 more.
yeah, thanks man. Hey, man.
Yes.
You can't see it, but I'm like really smiling. Right now.
Feel free to hit us up anytime.
Yeah, so it's just like it's one of those things that like my support system is basically myself. The people that I love that are around me. It depends, right? Because sometimes when you ask me, oh, do I love my parents? Obviously. When my parents tell me to go pray or whatever, right? There's always that feeling where like, but then you know what? I'm like, okay, you know what? I want to respect. If they tell me, you know what, I'll do it, you know. But most of the time, I'll just lie. I'll just say I've done it, or yeah, I'll go do it, you know. And then I just make splashing noises in the toilet or whatever. Yeah.
That's a new one.
Yeah, it actually kind of works, especially when your hair gets wet or like your face gets wet or your hands get like damp, you know. Yeah, they touch you and be like, oh, your hand's cold.
Oh,
yeah,
so
that's
that
how
means
you know.
you take your ablution already lah.
Yeah, even though honestly all I did was open the sink and done. Yeah, and then they see something wet, they'll be like, okay, you've done it before. Yeah, it's friends, it's myself, it's the internet. Unironically, you know, when you find a circle where you can relate to. Yeah, sometimes you just go there, you create a post, hey man, this shit's happened to me today, I'm kind of annoyed. And then everyone in the comments just, you know, because it's like not really a popular community, so it's like everyone's generally no trolls. Everyone's just understanding and all that. And it's great. So yeah, you can definitely look for it. Like no matter how bad, you know, situation you are in your life right now, I'm sure there is something positive that you can look at and be like, you know what? Maybe life isn't so bad after all. Yeah. It's just the way I like to deal with the whole I'm being oppressed by the government or whatever.
Yeah, but then again, the concept of having freedom to do what you want kind of like negates, to me like at least, it will kind of like negate all the other
Honestly,
freedom-wise options that I have. You
Sometimes,
get what I
yeah.
mean?
That's why I feel like
Especially when this being the biggest concern of your life at the moment.
honestly, yeah, it would be my top 3 at least.
Yeah.
It's just yeah, like when I think about it, it's the freedom definitely does hurt, but it's not like I'm living in North Korea.
Yeah,
You know?
true.
Like that's just how I deal with it, right? I'm just like, okay, it's pretty bad here, but hey, it's also pretty good here. I can, you know, I'm not in Ukraine fighting for my country. I'm not in North Korea being oppressed by Kim Jong Un or something, right? Like it can seriously be much worse. So that's how I deal with it. I just be like, you know what? It's not so bad after all. Yeah.
Just trying to be happy with
Just
what,
trying
what
to be
you have.
happy with
lah.
yeah, because I feel like it's so easy to, like, you know how the saying, the grass is always greener on the other
Right.
side. That's not necessarily true. Yeah. Sometimes the grass is greener, you just gotta look down. You keep looking that way, of course it's gonna be greener. It's like, sometimes just look down. Yeah. In other words, stay grounded.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stay grounded.
That's how I live my life.
Okay.
I like off cast we were sharing about certain Islamic ideologies, you know, which are correct. You know, and I love how receptive you are. Like to listen to it. You don't shy away from it.
Yes.
I mean, we shared our ideologies, and obviously it's different. It's a stark comparison, stark contrast. But like how receptive you are instead of running away, you know, because like there are some people who run away from it. Like even as Muslims, like for example, I talk to him, hey, go solat lah. If you are uncomfortable, you just siam from it. Like even though you are Muslim, he is Muslim also. Like he'll just run away, like avoid me totally. But like with our conversation, it's like no doubt it's quite deep. and you are willing to listen. In fact, like, hey, tell me more, man. I want to know. And you are open to new stuff. Not that you are in your bubble thinking that, hey, this is it and that's it. And the funny thing was, off cast, I say, hey, you don't know where's the end goal of it. Like, maybe at the end of the day, this one all the viewers don't want to hear one, because all they want is negative stuff. Fuck you all. Anyway, yeah, correct. Right?
Finding for fault only.
Yeah, like I did tell Mika that, hey, who knows, at the end of the day you find hidayah. And he said, yeah. And he also said it again just now, like his friends also did dua for him. Hopefully one day he find hidayah. And did you hear what he said? Not? Hopefully I myself will find hidayah.
I don't know. He
yeah.
might be a hot person.
Inshallah, Ameen. Ya Rabbi.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, you may never know. But I personally known people who have been drinking heavy alcoholic for decades. And I kid you not, I am not even saying this metaphorically, but literally turning into a proper Muslim the next day itself.
You know why? Because they are
maintain.
Singaporean.
Eh? Okay lah, I mean, yeah lah.
They are open with opinions and options
Yeah lah.
to go back to the religion.
Must be nice.
True.
But for now, you chill there.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll be judged if you started, as in like, following the religion, and you will you be judged by the people who know that you used to not follow the faith?
Oh, honestly, I feel like that's probably the positive side about religion. I feel like most of the time when you decide to finally start following the religion, right, you are always met with open arms. Yeah, it's never, you never follow us religion for the last 5 years. Fuck you lah.
They never condemn
They
you
never,
lah. Yeah, you confirm Jahannam for you lah.
usually
You already
not like
missed
that,
no.
Not usually, I would say like maybe almost 99% of the time. They don't, their doors are always open, right? Yeah. And for me, it's just more of like, with all the
Personal choice lah.
all of the traumatic stuff that I've experienced in my life because of religion, I just don't see myself in the immediate future. Yeah, I don't even know who Hidayah is. I'm joking, I don't. But like, like, I'm always open to the idea. I don't want to reject it because I remember there was a saying, the more you reject it, the more it comes to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to keep an open mind.
But I just want to go back a bit with what you said off cast. You, and I think just now also you did mention one interesting thing Mika said, right, was if I think I was in Singapore and a Singaporean, maybe I wouldn't have been this way. So that is interesting. Like you said, maybe if you were in a different system, right? But I mean the same Islam,
Different demography lah.
yeah, different demography. Maybe,
government as well.
Yeah.
maybe you would have not been this way. I mean, okay, no doubt you never say you blame. I never said that. Don't anyhow say. Well, chibai waiting man. Yeah, but it's the truth. That is what you said, right?
I don't think it's maybe. I think you'll confirm. You
People
wouldn't
say
feel this way
chibai.
lah,
Because it just feels like,
like what he's asking, I just want to be left alone. Freedom is the freedom to make choices for yourself, because at the end of the day, it is your life. You only have one life. You can only live it once. Live it the way you want lah. Why want to go through all this?
yeah, like, I honestly don't think it would be an issue if I did believe. The problem is I don't, so stop imposing it on me.
Right.
Yeah, that's actually it. And like, to go back to Daddy's question there, I would say, yeah, I truly believe if I was a Singaporean, I wouldn't be like this. I would either be more open to it or I would just be an actual believing Muslim.
Right.
Because my hate isn't directed towards the religion or the people imposing it on me. Actually, it is directed to those two. But what I'm trying to say is that I just want my freedom. The hate comes from the lack of freedom.
Meaning to say they can hate you for this, but it's not going to affect your life in any way. The only thing that's affecting your life is just the freedom to be able to make choices.
Yes. They can hate me. I don't give a shit about their opinions, right? Because I only care about the people I love.
Right.
You know, there's a saying about how you shouldn't look for opinions from someone you don't take advice to. Yeah, something like that. Maybe it's something that you guys can think. Like, let's say you got a hater in the comment section, right? You take advice from that. Nobody there. If the answer is no, welcome. You know, like, so that's kind of the philosophy that I'm a big philosophy guy, but like, I like reading philosophy books. I think that's how I stay grounded actually, because there are a lot of things that make me want to like run away, or lash out, or I don't know, kill myself. No, I'm joking. But yes, even that I joke about that sometimes. But honestly, it's not that bad. It's actually not that bad. Like, it can be worse, and I feel like it applies to a lot of people in the world. No matter how hard you think your life is, I can assure you, it's actually not that bad.
Agree,
I don't know you. You could be someone that really has it bad, right? But I just like that thought process because it keeps me grounded. Because most of the time, you're not at your worst. You may be at your worst, but the situation that you're in, I'm sure someone out there has it harder. Yeah. And honestly, some people say, "Oh, you might be invalidating. Why are you invalidating my situation?" And to that, I just say, "I'm sorry. Yeah, I just don't want to be invalidating anyone." But that's how I kept through. That's how I kept going. You know, I just be like, "Yeah, you know what? My life isn't that bad. I got a roof. You know, I got a bed to sleep on. You know, like, I get to eat whatever I want most of the time. And yeah, most of the time I get to choose whatever. However I spend my time, who I spend it with, right? Yeah, it's just the very small details that I wish. Why do I have to care about it? Yeah, so it's actually not that hard. Yeah. But I'm sure every ex-Muslim that is like me, they're probably wishing the same thing. At the end of the day, we just want to be left alone.
Peace.
Peace.
I only want peace.
Rest
Don't
in peace.
piss me off.
Yeah, I want peace.
Yeah, peace.
You can go to the toilet if you had a piece.
But yeah, that's what I mean. So that's how I live, honestly.
Well, you hear this story. I think if not as much as those who are watching unhappy with this, like if you never hear about this story, then you never know about this type of story.
Right.
So that's how this idea to come and invite people of this demography like Mika here actually came about. Like you see, like we all have our own beliefs, and you know, I would like to stress on, as Muslim, if we see something that is wrong, by right you have to assist it to make it right.
Right.
You know, but if in the event you are unable to do it, no, shut up. Like, number one, shut up.
Correct.
No, number two, you don't need to belittle people. You know, don't ever do that. You know, instead, you can wish Mika well.
Yes.
You know, instead you can dua for him.
Yes.
Be it dua for him to be in a better position, or dua
Or
for him
find
to
his happiness.
Yeah,
His
find
own
his
way.
happiness.
Right.
Find
That's all.
hidayah.
Find hidayah, yes.
Can't wait to
Find
be
hidayah also can.
Yes.
Hidayah sila komen di bawah.
Yeah. And also, I hope I don't see the same comments we used to see lah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it is stronger lah.
Yeah.
I mean, the message that has been put across on why, and how Mika navigates this, but at the end of the day, Mika is a strong individual.
Yes,
Who
as
actually
I
says
agree.
it's not too bad.
Yeah.
You know,
I try to be.
Correct. So yeah lah. If you want to ask what is the purpose of this podcast,
because
is
a
to
lot of people like
educate
to ask lah.
Educate not just yourself, educate ourselves as well, gain knowledge. So now you know.
Yeah, we
why.
really hope you learn a thing or two.
Yeah.
And please stop this bullshit. No need to comment.
As
stuff
long
like
as
that.
you're happy with your life, Alhamdulillah, Shukur, you stay
Alhamdulillah.
happy. You don't like something, Astaghfirullahalazim, close your eyes, walk the other direction. Simple. That is life, man. Tiobo.
Yeah. And just be inclusive of everyone. Lah.
Yes.
Like regardless of, follow the Singapore style, regardless of race. Race, language, or religion.
Now you forget. Exactly. I just stunned just now. Because I didn't want to say.
Yeah, because race, language, or religion. Although we are of certain place that we are from,
Yes.
everyone is actually at the end of the day equal.
Correct.
Equal rights, everything equal. Like maybe we have certain benefits because like we are Malay, you know, but everyone is still equal.
Yalah.
Yeah, simple as that. And with that, we hope you enjoyed today's episode.
Yes, and I would like to end it with a note. If you have anything to say?
No.
Okay.
Silakan.
In a world where you can be anything.
Confucius.
Yes. In a world where you can be anything, be nice. Simple.
Alamak.
Be nice. That is all it takes for everyone to be happy. On that note, thank you very much for staying with us. Do you have any last words that you want to say to people who have thrown hate towards you?
Wait. We are not enabler.
Yeah,
Don't
why
say we are enabler.
Yeah, yeah.
Lancau.
Yeah, we just we just want to know. That's all.
If anything, you guys have been the opposite of that. So honestly,
Awesome.
sometimes I forget I'm in a room where everyone is Muslim. You know, like you guys are so open-minded and like so nice, and like I'm just like, wow, is that too much to ask for?
No,
like
it's not.
for my country, you know. I just want everyone to be like you guys. You know, like just chill. You know, never judge, never condemn,
Right.
never harm anyone. At the end of the day, we all just want to live our lives without being controlled by whatever is controlling us.
Yep.
It's freedom. Freedom is something that you don't appreciate until you lose it. And,
The only
I think
thing that
that's-
control is Illuminati. Okay.
yeah. So yeah, I guess the only thing I have to say is thanks for inviting me.
Thank you for coming. Thank
I
you.
definitely have a quote somewhere in my head, but I forgot already.
It's okay.
It's alright.
It's okay.
You can quote, unquote.
Yes. Then we will just add your quote when we release this
I'll be
final
like,
part.
who's this guy?
Okay, let us know if you remember it after this.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, with that, we are
Cookie
Mark.
Mark.
Subscribe.
Who knew I would make it this far? They hated, they never believe me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Yeah.